start from Edgar is all important here as the lights change from red to green, and a very bad start from Douglas there, actually nearly being touched by Vivian Daly. He's been dropped right down, and that's O'Flaherty coming up from the back row, almost touching his teammate Paul Monaghan. But up front, a superb start from young Michael Edgar. Thompson in second place, McGarrity in third. That's Monaghan there going through, and Wayne Douglas trying to scramble himself back up through the grid, and that should make interesting driving.
And also well back there, the other championship contender, Vivian Daly, who's back in, fifth place at the moment. But up front, there's no doubt it's Edgar, and then once again Thompson, a brilliant start. We're with O'Flaherty as he comes out of the chicane, but the car is dying. What a tragedy for the Dubliner.
Yes, and just look at the amount of places, about 6 cars going by there, and as they stream off in the distance, a little bit of smoke from the braking, but look, Thompson now looking at the inside with McGarrity leaving his braking very, very late indeed, and this is all to Michael Edgar's advantage. McGarrity again back on the inside, and you can see Vivian Daly there on the outside and looking to get by David Wright, but the two side by side, McGarrity having the advantage here, because the next one is a right-hander. He just nips into the braking area. My Edgar at the moment through Colonial 1, through Colonial 2. That's Douglas out on the outside there, trying to get back all the ground he lost up, and get back to ground he is. But meanwhile, Edgar just pulling that car length every lap. But the battle now is McGarrity, Thompson, David Wright and Vivian Daly, with young Wayne Douglas on his tail.
Right there, and you can see Vivian Daly and Douglas, the two white cars, really having quite a considerable battle as the tail-enders stream through the chicane. Back with the leader as he comes down this very fast straight into the hairpin. And Michael Edgar, this is exactly what he wanted. He needs these points for the championship. McGarrity still in second place. Sam Thompson trying to salvage something out of a dreadful year, back there in fourth place. But they were absolutely side by side when we last see them. We'll see them streaming through picture now. And indeed, it is David Wright up ahead of Sam Thompson now. Sam Thompson in the red car on the right of your screen.
Yes, David Wright, and look, down the inside goes Vivian Daly. And look at the swinging. Douglas just nips around the outside. The young contender just driving around the outside of last year's championship contender, and that's superb driving from young Wayne Douglas. So he's moved up a place, so we still see the battle. That's McGarrity in second place, then it's Wright in the other blue car, then Thompson, and a sideways Douglas leading Vivian Daly.
So the two Cliff Dempsey run cars out front at the moment. There in the second place, just going through there, is Alan McGarrity, and what a poignant moment it is for him. Of course, the great Patsy McGarrity was lost to us last week, the 5 times Formula Atlantic champion. So Alan out there to keep that McGarrity name very much alive. And look at Douglas.
Douglas has already got by Thompson, and he's thinking about David Wright's third place, but Thompson hasn't given up, having a look at the inside, having a look at the outside. It is very hard to realise that this young lad is really only in his second year of serious motor racing. He did Formula Ford last year, and then his father, Richard, who's a great enthusiast, decided to put him really in at the deep end. He's put this car on pole position here at Kirkistown, and now he is fighting for third place after one of the most horrendous starts I've seen at this circuit.
And Douglas, certainly one of the most exciting drivers to watch in this category. His car control is magnificent. He throws it all over the place. He's having a go down the inside, but Wright legitimately blocks that move.
Yes, David Wright, the experience.
And that was Daly, I think we saw very briefly. We'll see it in replay now. Spinning off. Vivian Daly has lost it. So the joint championship leader is in big trouble.
Yes, Vivian coming down the inside there at the hairpin, obviously locked the wheel, or maybe Sam didn't give him enough room to get through, but unless he gets it together, PJ blowing up the dust there, he's battling with Paul Monaghan. That battle is actually for 7th place. But here we are back with the battle for third place, and look at Douglas again, looking at the inside, looking at the outside as they come into the chicane. David Wright, a lot of experience under his belt. That's our leader, Michael Edgar. That's our second place man, and this is the battle for third place, and look at Douglas go.
So we've skipped ahead now to lap 14, and the battle, and there, I'm afraid, is the end of Vivian Daly's day today. He's just crawling back, obviously some mechanical bother. Still this battle between Monaghan and PJ Fallon wages. Great entertainment. It's for 7th place, but it could be for first, the way they're driving.
Yes, both of them taking those defensive lines. Monaghan using all the circuit, And here we are on our last lap as we see Michael Edgar come into the chicane for the last time. He'll be happy it's the last lap because look at the distance, and already Wright beginning to move in on second place man. So Edgar at the moment just a hairpin to get through to get that all-important 20 points. He won't know that the main man, the opposition, Vivian Daly, but who's going to be second? David Wright not giving up yet, and Wayne Douglas not giving up, and McGarrity looks as if he can hold it. Edgar wins it from a battle between McGarrity, David Wright and young Wayne Douglas. The battle for 7th place between the Monarch car and the Golden Pages car. Which one will it be? PJ using the outside line, trying to dive down with the slipstream, but young Monaghan has held that inside line now, and it's a 7th place for Monaghan and PJ in 8th.
So Michael Edgar takes his 4th win of the year and 20 points in the championship. It's been a miserable day for Daly. David Wright and Alan McGarrity share 3rd place, and Wayne Douglas maintains his position. Martin Donnelly was present to watch. Martin Donnelly, you're very involved in this class in England, running your own team now, but you've just watched an Irish round. It's been good stuff.
It's been very, very competitive. I mean, the boys here, obviously they've raced here for quite a few years. The cars are as well prepared here as they are in England. It's very competitive no matter where you race. And, they've shown a very good level of professionalism. And I think it'd be great to see some of these guys come across later in the year and compete in some of the English races.
And Dino Morelli, I believe now, beginning to go really quickly.
Yes, Dino, I think, has started to realise that there's nothing overly trick about these cars. He felt that a lot of teams were doing a few dodgy moves in the cars. He's now accepted that they're not. He's starting to listen, and his last 3 or 4 outings in the car have proved that he'll be a winner by the end of the year.
Michael, it's really coming good at this part of the season for you.
Yes, can't believe it at the minute. I really am delighted. Everything went exactly as I would have hoped today. I couldn't have had a better race, and got a good gap, a good start, and it was just all followed in after that.
Alan, it's particularly poignant that McGarrity should be on the rostrum here today, as I know your father passed away this week.
Yeah, pity. I'd like to have won it, but I had a wee bit of hard work after practice this morning with a bit of difficulties in practice, but the second's as good as I could have expected. Michael's just quicker man on the day, I'm afraid.